How's it going, everybody? It's the Joning Level Fox here. This is my channel where I talk about anime, video games, cartoons, most notably Sonic and Ninja Turtles. And today, I'm here to talk about shipping, and it's about to be about your boy Tails. So, if you read the title of the video, pretty much I wanted to go over the shipping, the history, and relationships that Tails has been in with certain characters and stuff, and then I'll tell you who I prefer him to be with in the end of the day. I won't go into every single detail about every single ship about the character, but I'll just tell you about like the notable ones and all that stuff. So let's get right into it. All right, I'm gonna start off from the worst to the best, and starting with the worst, I got your girl Fiona the Fox. So Fiona was once a girl captured by Dr. Eggman and eventually escaped to become a treasure hunter. She once knew Sonic and Mighty, who she had thought abandoned her, which led to her capture. But before her appearance, Dr. Robotnik Prime made a robot clone of her in order to lead Tails into a trap when he ran away from home. Tails at first fell in love with the clone before meeting the real Fiona, who had feelings for him based off of that. Later, Tails kind of grew jealous of Sonic, who ended up dating the actual Fiona in order to help Tails move on and keep Fiona in check. But that kind of turned into a fight, and Fiona betrayed them anyways in favor of Scourge and Sonic's evil twin. See, if you guys watch my videos for a while, you kind of know that I used to crack down a lot on Fiona for her actions, but I kind of realized that some people thought it was kind of a 180 degree from like what her character originally was, going from like a freedom fighter to betraying her own world to being a hench girl and everything, that kind of thing. And like that was pretty much how Ian Flynn had wrote her and stuff, and obviously Ian Flynn didn't create Fiona. But I'm going to be honest with you. Personally, myself, I kind of thought she was kind of a bit boring before her turn and stuff, and kind of a little bit before she started dating Sonic. Like she was completely forgettable to me, mainly because I didn't think she like added anything of value to like the team. Kind of like Tommy the Turtle because she was also a part of that. Like along with Tommy and stuff, which he was like the third scientist, a part of that group, and she was kind of just there. But I like her dynamic the most with Scourge, if anyone else. Like when she formed the Destructix and gave him the will to like break out of prison and stuff. I actually like thought that was a good way of utilizing her character. So I think that's more suitable for her character in my opinion, but not as Tails' love interest. It started out like a harmless kind of crush when he met like the real Fiona, but it kind of just turned into just something toxic. There were occasions where she was nice to Tails before her turn, but it wasn't like the two were like in game or anything. It was completely like one sided on Tails' behalf. So that's pretty much the whole deal on Fiona and Tails. But again, I mean, if you ship it or whatever, and you think that Fiona should go through some form of redemption, that's cool too. Personally, myself, I just prefer Fiona with Scourge and stuff, and that, yeah, um, yeah. I don't really think, yeah, it wasn't the best writing to have Tails like obsess over Fiona in my opinion, but that's just me. All right, so moving on. All right, coming up next, I have Barbie the koala. So, in case you don't know who this character is, and I probably can't blame you either, Barbie is a Mobian koala from another division of freedom fighters, and I'm not going to pretend like I do know the division, but basically, she's from another division of freedom fighters that supported Tails in this micro series. She's had a little appearance here and there in the RG comics. As a whole, she hasn't like been around enough to be like fully fleshed out. And stuff. But basically, she was raised alongside with Vector one time. The ship was kind of dropped because Ian Flynn massively disapproved of the relationship due to their age difference. Um, so let me stop right here. So first off, the thing about Ian Flynn, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know if Ian Flynn just straight up hates this character or if he really, really just hates the ship between Barbie and Taylor. That's probably why she hasn't been utilized for a while, in the RG comics at least. Well, when it was going on. And I'm not saying like I'm not saying I'm just like goddamn, Ian Flynn really hated this character or hated that ship, um, and stuff. And it's probably because of the age difference and stuff. Even though the thing is though, like I myself, I'm not sure if like like what the age gap is because the Wikipedia doesn't really clarify how old Barbie is, or there isn't like anything that's recorded. But if she was raised alongside with Vector and is within his age range of like 20, oh yeah, then that's pretty bad. Since Tails is like 11 and stuff, so that's like at least a 9-year age difference. Yeah, that's pretty bad. But I mean, you could probably easily retcon it and just say that she's like 13 or something. since there's no specification. But regardless, though, this was kind of brought up once, and it never happened like again. Okay, not after that. Ian Flynn was like, nope. Like as far as I'm concerned, the Barbie Tails thing, that shit is creepy. Um, I'm not putting that in the books. Hell no. Nope. Not while I'm on the not while I'm on the books. Nope. There is no Barbie and Tails. Like yeah, I'm just paraphrasing here, but that's literally what Ian Flynn said. He was like, I am not writing this character and Tails together. No. So yeah, but that's pretty much the end of Barbie though. Like I said, I don't really care much for this character, to be honest with you. But who knows? Maybe the character could have probably gone through some retooling, and maybe they could have like made it work. But nah. All right. Up next, I got Mina the mongoose. So in case you don't know, Mina is a Mobian mongoose born with super speed and is a pop star singer in the Archie comics. So Mina is definitely one of the more original characters from the Archie comics and stuff. I'm pretty sure she definitely does have her fans, and people definitely do know who she is. She started being mentored by like Sonic and stuff on how to like utilize her super speed and kind of develop feelings for him and stuff. I mean, personally myself, I don't care about the shipping angle there as far as like Mina crushing on Sonic and stuff. Um, Partially, but nah, I'm good without it. But I would have rather see more of them, and I think I've said this before, but I would have rather see more of like Sonic mentoring Mina. That's what I would actually like to see. But so far, a little while, like she was kind of a part of like Sonic and Tails' trio and stuff. Her feelings for Tails is kind of unexplained until like the Light Mobius timeline, wherein they're in the future and stuff, and they're married in that timeline, and they have like two kids together, Sky and Melody Prower, their son and daughter. Mina is about like 46 and Tails is like about 41 years old. However, in the main timeline, Mina's boyfriend is Ash the mongoose, which is her manager. So yeah, so nothing like too in depth there between Mina and Tails. It just seems like they were probably just like shipped or thrown together inside the Light Mobius timeline. I got no animosity towards it, or I'm not like against it like that. Um, it's just like, oh well, that's not something that I like saw coming. You know what I mean? But yeah, but if you like the ship, I mean, there you go. All right, so up next I have Lee Moon. Lee Moon is a young girl who's friends with Monkey Kong and lives with her grandpa Lee Yuan. Sorry, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right because I don't speak Chinese. While in the comics, they don't have a relationship in any sort. I kind of prefer them, like the two of them together, or over like Fiona and Barbie. Honestly, she's about the same age as like Tails, and she seems more nicer and healthier as like as far as like just being simpler. Nothing too dramatic like being like a hardened mercenary or having an unhealthy attachment and stuff like that. I think that's probably where Tails' worst pairings are is like with Barbie and Fiona though. But Lee Moon though, I think yeah, Lee Moon is definitely perfect for Tails in my opinion. They've met a couple of times, like one time, and just like when they were introducing the Iron Domain and all that stuff back in those old comics, and they met again inside the Sonic Universe comics and stuff. So yeah, I mean Lee Moon though, yeah, um, yeah. As far as Archie goes, I actually prefer her to be with Tails, to be honest. You know. All right. So before I get to the last two, which I'm guessing you guys can probably predict or figure out, in the meantime, though, I'm going to talk about some of the more hypothetical or some of the more, just like, hypothetical type of ships. So, people that will pair Tails with just anyone hypothetically, like, oh, Tails with Amy and stuff, Tails with Sonic, whatever. I'm not going to go into all that. I'm not going to talk about Tails with Amy. I'm definitely not going to talk about some gay yaoi ships with Tails and Sonic or whatever, whichever male character insert here because Tails ain't gay. But anyways, this is just a little bonus. So let me go into it. So Tails is obviously shipped with a lot of characters in the series, but I'll just go over some real quick. Some people ship Tails with Nicole because they're both like friends of Sonic and Sally, and they're both like tech-based characters. But there's nothing really to them as far as just being mutual friends. Tails and Cream also get shipped a lot because of their age range, color scheme, power set, and being friends of Sonic and Amy. I doubt there are any like follow ups to this, or that this will ever be explored in the games. But I'm not against it though if they were like a little bit more older or something. I used to be against it or whatever because I was like, well, Cream isn't into Tails and all that or whatever. There's nothing that ever implied that. But to be honest with you, Yeah, I mean, true, but I mean, I'm just saying though, if they were older and stuff, I wouldn't. That wouldn't be a bad thing though, or it's not the worst idea in the world. All right, next up I have Percy. Percy is another girl Tails is found like attracted to, and could possibly win over compared to like Sonic and Knuckles, but that's just one. That was just a one-off thing though, and for like Tails and Rouge, I used to like kind of support it a little bit when I was younger, but as I got older and realized the age difference and stuff between Tails and Rouge, and I learned, oh shit, that's pretty bad. I dropped that immediately. Tails finds Rouge attractive, and she can use her charms to like convince him to do something sometimes. But that's kind of the extent of it. That's just where it ends. Like there's nothing else to it. To Tails and Rouge and stuff apart from that. So yeah, so that's pretty much all the hypothetical ships that I wanted to get out there. Again, I'm not going to be talking about anything else because I'm pretty sure you can probably assume where I stand on it or whatever. Assume like yeah, but I don't think Tails will like really, you know what I mean? Right. All right, coming in at number two, and this is going to be probably a big surprise for most of you if you've watched my videos for a while, but Cosmo the seedrian. So as we all know, she's one of the sole survivors of her people, and is one of Tails' most impactful love interests in the Sonic X series. They both inspire and uplift one another, whether it's standing up to Shadow, or Dark Oak, or Final Mova. The relationship between them was built up subtly throughout Season 3, from Tails nursing her back to health when they first met, to working together, to confessing their love for one another. It's definitely one of the strongest and the most well written parts of the series, if I'm going to be honest with you. What bothers some people the most is about this ship is that Cosmo is a sentient plant like alien and Tails is like an anthropox. But I think it kind of drives home the narrative of the story that both species can kind of coexist, which is what Dark Oak kind of fought against. That was a theme that plants and living beings can't or animal life or whatever can't coexist and all that stuff. It has to be one or the other. But Tails and Cosmo's love is kind of like a combination of both. So it's like, yeah, they definitely can coexist. I've gone into details about this in my Sonic X video, so if you want more details on that, then definitely check that out. But anyways, yeah, so that's where I stand on that. I think it is definitely one of the most well-written ships and stuff. It's not my most preferable ship, which I'll get into in a second, but it's definitely like the most well-written like ship between Sonic. I said Sonic between Tails and Cosmo. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to move on to number one. All right, coming at number one, and you probably found this out due to a process of elimination if you're a Sonic fan, or if you probably just like I don't know, just skip to this video, this portion of the video or something like that. But yes, the number one girl that I prefer Tails to be with is Zooey, Zooey the Fox. So, in case you don't know, Zoe's a Mobian Fox or Vixen who is Tails' crush inside Sonic Boom. She's mostly a background character, pretty much, and is a resident of Hedgehog Village. But she's kind of hung around Tails and stuff before he kind of confessed to her his feelings, or at least articulating it. Ever since, Zooey does show her affection towards Tails, even writing him back and forth sometimes here and there. So as far as love interests go, I might actually prefer like Zooey since she doesn't have like a broken or complicated type of background, which is just suitable for like Tails in my opinion, and stuff. I don't think Tails is like really into girls that are like brittle or that is like hardened and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like why I put Fiona and Barbie on the back burner because I'm like, yeah, no, I don't prefer Tails with those girls and stuff because I'm just like, yeah, and it just doesn't work out. You know what I mean? But obviously with the girls like Cosmo or Zooey or like I suggested Lee Moon, I'm like, yeah, these girls are actually perfect for Tails. I'm like, yeah, this actually works here. But anyways, like I said, Zoe's number one in my opinion. I know I didn't really give as many strong reasons as I did for Cosmo, but I gotta say, yeah, I prefer Tails and Zooey together. Mainly because not Cosmo, Zoe's just a little bit more simple and whatnot, and just right, and it's probably a little bit easier to kind of just insert her into the story and whatnot. But like I said, second to Zooey is Cosmo and stuff, based off the reasonings that I kind of gave and the other reasonings that I kind of gave in the other videos I've talked about Sonic X and stuff before. And finally, the alternatives to Cosmo and Zooey, I would say, would be either Lee Moon or Cream. Lee Moon, like I said, for the Archie comics at least, I thought she was a pretty decent character and stuff, and I would rather Tails get with Lee Moon over Barbie or what's his face, Fiona. Mina though, Mina isn't a bad love interest per se or anything. I mean, it's not like I said, there's not like there's any depth to it. It's just like in that alternate future they just got together. That's not the main timeline though. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, if you prefer it, I mean, yeah, it's all right, I guess. And then, like I said, for Cream, yeah, Cream is definitely plausible too. Like I think, yeah, it could probably work out if they were like older and stuff like that, like in a type of alternate future or something like that. And yeah, it's just that they don't really have too many moments like that together where they're like, right. But of course, they're friends, of course, through Sonic and Amy and etc. But anyways, those are pretty much the characters that I prefer Tails to be with and stuff, or my explanation, my opinions and stuff on like Tails and when it comes to shipping and whatnot. Tell me down below what you guys think about Tails' relationships and stuff. I don't care if you give me some long form comment or whatever. I'll still read it, or I probably won't read it right away, but I'll read the entire thing eventually, and I will reply back to you and all that stuff because I'm a small channel like that and I don't get a whole lot of comments or anything. But anyways, this is the Keenest Fox, and I am out. I gotta get back to playing Sonic Superstars. I am playing Trip's story, and I'm fighting that giant fang robot, which is definitely something. So, anyways, I'm out. Peace, and until we meet again.